What are we doing?
What do you mean, what are we doing? We have to do an intro.
We'll do the intro later.
No.
I can't vlog style the intro.
Hey guys, welcome back to Mindset Automotive. Today we are working on my soon-to-be wife's 1984 Fiero. It is basically the same exact thing that I have, except for it has the original Iron Duke in it. We got it with a bad head, unknown condition of the motor, unknown condition of the trans. What we've done so far is we've torn apart everything on the top end. We've gotten all of the gaskets, everything we need to get it back running, but we got to clean up the new head and also take a look at the old head, make sure that it looks good still, or make sure that it's, you know, actually legitimately bad. Basically go through everything, make sure it's good to go, and we'll start throwing things at it. Gaskets, not sure if it's got a bad rod bearing or not, kind of thinking it does, but for now we're just going to try to get this top end back together so we can get this thing back running. But like I said, we've already started cleaning on everything here. We've got a new head gasket laid down, and we've got basically everything ready. What we got to start off with though is we've got to clean the new head, but a lot of this series is going to be based towards my fiance learning how to do a lot of this stuff, because she's never done any of this. She's got her Civic that you guys have seen a little bit of, but she's learning. It's a learning process. A lot of it will be explaining things to her so that she can learn new things, so that she can figure out how to put this thing together all by herself with minimal assistance. So first off, we've got to go clean this head that we have out and get that set up. Okay.
Bag tour.
Bag tour. Okay.
Holy shit.
Okay, so we've got towels.
Damn.
We've got
Chill out.
We've got WD-40, we've got PB Blaster, and we've got a sharpening stone. I forgot to pick up the blue paint that we needed, but it's fine. We've got a ruler that can kind of check some of our stuff. This is the so-called new head. I don't know if you guys can see that too well, but it's not so new. So what we've got to do here first, obviously, is we've got to clean it, right? So you'll have a sharpening stone. Right, you've got a rough side and you've got a smooth side. You're going to take your razor out of its thing. Don't ban me, YouTube.
Oh, so that's how you, okay.
So you're going to come through, you're going to clean off your surface, which is already fairly clean. I'm basically just taking off all of the leftover newspaper junk that's on it because there wasn't any gasket on here. Yeah, it's bad. Here, you can step over here if you want. Well, that's good. You've already learned this part. You've already been shown how to...
Oh, I'd like to help. Okay.
And then you're going to take your rough side. The number one thing when you do this is you don't want it to push down at all. You want it to stay flat. But you also, as you can see, this head, you want to soak this. You want this to be wet enough. See, like I fucked up there, but it's fine. It's not that big a deal. You're looking for a smooth enough surface. I think this head might also be warped.
Can you like...
There's not really any good way of seeing it without getting it off, but usually I only do this on the block. But so you want to keep it completely flat. Go in a circular motion. And you'll start to see some of it turn. You see how it's starting to turn like a metallic, like it looks new.
Yeah.
You see what I'm doing there?
A little bit.
Okay, so your hand. Hold this. Put your fingers there. You want to hold like this?
Flat.
right.
Maybe not. It's like sanding, but extra steps.
All right, and while she works on that, some of you may be wondering as to why I'm having her use a sharpening stone and as to why we're doing it in these steps and why we're making it look like this and what we're doing. So the point of this is, number one, do you have to do this on every motor? No. Should you go get it resurfaced by a machine shop? Probably. What we're doing here though is we're doing the cheap, easy version of resurfacing the top of the bottom of the head.
Oh my god.
What?
My arm.
Your arm hurts?
Yeah.
Anyways, this is a cheap, easy version of resurfacing the head. Obviously, does this motor need it? No. We've got huge plans for this car in the long run. She wants to learn how to build a car. She wants to be able to say that she put together a car herself. And so what we're doing is we're making it so that she's going through the steps of some of the things that I did when I was younger, when I was learning how to build cars, so that she can be able to understand kind of how this stuff works, what she's doing, and why it does what it does. Now the main focus of this looks great so far. The main focus of this is that it helps resurface the head, obviously, which in turn gives it a better seal on the block itself, or sorry, on the gasket itself. Now mind you, there is a gasket there, so there is some play that you can have. It doesn't need to be perfectly flat. It doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. There is obviously some play, and it's an older car, so they don't need to be, you know, spot on, you know, within however much of a thousandth of an inch. It's not that important, but because realistically you could drag this damn thing across the ground, across like gravel, put it back together, and it'd probably still run, being completely real with you, especially because it's an Iron Duke. But in all reality, yeah, go ahead. Well, in all reality, actually, go grab the parts degreaser. Anyways, but in all reality, the thing is that this will just be an extra step that's taken so that, you know, we know absolutely for sure that we've touched every inch of the top end of this car. She's also going to learn how to relap valves. She's also going to learn how to do torque specs and all those things. Yeah, careful, that stuff's aggressive. But it'll teach her kind of what goes into this kind of thing. Okay. All right. So.
Okay, you can do that.
No. Look. You're learning. You can take this thing out, right? Take out your nozzle.
It smells better than the others. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Okay. So I want you to look. You see how there's a bunch of these grooves in here, and how it looks super grooved, like it's grooved. Okay. This thing's gonna need more effort than what we put in so far.
Kind of
reeks. Smells like alcohol.
It smells better than the other stuff, but it kind of looks like little gas masks.
It kind of does. You're right. I don't know why this one's different than the other one. Hopefully we don't find out the hard way. But
that's kind of how that might go, but that's fine.
Yeah. But now you have a somewhat resurfaced head. You see how these lines are going like this?
Yeah.
That's from it being machined. But the part that I don't like is all these little grooves. You see all these little grooves throughout this whole head? You see how there's lines across it? Now that may just be because it's an old car. Yeah, cross hat. Usually, what? Usually when it's like in a cylinder, you call it cross hatching, and that's when it's still good.
Yeah, it's
but the
same
issue
as,
here,
like, art.
Yeah, but the issue here is number one, something was in piston number 4, piston number 2, piston 1 and 3 look fine. Nope, piston 3 had something. See these little dings? Mm-hmm. That's from something getting inside the cylinder, and or just pre-detonation. Getting inside the cylinder, smacking the top of the head here because that's where the cylinder hits. Obviously, is a circle that you see.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit, but that's where the cylinder, that's where the hole is for the cylinder. So all these little dings and dents in it are from something being inside the cylinder and coming up, smacking the top of this and falling back down. Now, mind you, I'm thinking they had something, they dropped it or something like that, because it's not repetitive enough and they're not on the actual valves themselves. So I'll go through, I'll continue cleaning it since you're a little bit tired for a second, and I'll get it, unless you want to keep going.
Regeneration.
You need more of this.
I'm backing up. My stuff is foul.
You hear how it's slowly starting to sound, well, I mean, obviously I just used a different side. I used a more aggressive pad just a second ago. But you hear how it's starting to sound more and more smooth as you continue to do this?
Do you want the honest answer?
Take it you don't hear it at all?
No. It sounds atrocious. But.
Okay, I want you to listen to this. Listen. So, here, right?
Yep.
Now listen, right here wasn't hit like at all.
Okay.
You hear the deeper noise over here?
Yeah.
It's because we didn't hit right here at all, which is fine. It's not really important. But you can tell where it's been hit better and where it hasn't been hit based off the noise. And that's what helps smooth this whole thing out.
My turn.
Alright, go ahead. Go ham. Okay, so it's not perfect by any means, but it's a lot better than what it was, and it's a lot cleaner than it was, and you can actually see everything. There are still some grooves in it, but they look like they were factory grooves. It doesn't look like anybody did anything wonky with it, so it looks a lot cleaner. I'm not seeing any low spots. What we'll do now to double check and to make sure is we've got a steel ruler here. They're milled out rulers. What you do is you take your ruler, you place it down, and you look for gaps, right? So right now what I'm seeing is you're fairly clean. This spot here has a little bit of a gap, but nothing I'm too worried about. Here looks good. Same amount of gap. That looks great. That looks really good. And everything else looks clean. So the reason why this works is because these are milled out perfectly flat and straight, right? And what you do is you look through them and you check for light to pass through them, through the bottom, right?
Oh.
So you see how, like, right, if I place it here, there's a touch bit of light coming from right here. Mm-hmm. That means that's a low spot. So maybe it's a little bit warped.
That's odd. Okay.
A little bit warped, but it's not enough. Like, you're looking for, I mean, generally speaking, you don't want any gaps, but since it's not a motor we're super worried about, it's not anything I'm going to be worried about right now. So we will flip this over, and now we've got to take all of your valve springs off.
She's mega rusty.
She is mega rusty. Okay, so now we've got her valve springs that got to come off. All right, so we've got our valve spring remover tool, and we're going to compress this as much as we can. Mind you, I don't like these very much. They scare the hell out of me.
In general, especially when you work with them. No offense. Yeah.
Okay, go grab that head.
Grab the head. Like it doesn't weigh fucking.
Okay, so we gave up on lapping the valves just because they can wait, realistically. But now we're gonna throw this head back on and hope for the best. It's gonna leak on you. You may not want to hold it close to you. Set it on the edge of the Fiero. Shit, there goes your phone. There's your head back on.
Sick.
Yep. So now you've got the new head on, you've got to get your valve rods in. So let's grab those real quick.
Are they supposed to go all the way in?
No?
Okay, that doesn't.
So that one doesn't work. Yep, that looks right. Okay, so they should probably be going in front of the holes that have screw holes in front of them. So the one behind you, yep.
Oh, okay. Well, that helps a lot. Thank you.
There you go.
Bam.
There is all of your valve rods. Or your push rods. So, here's our issue. Unfortunately, from AutoZone, when you order a push rod for the 84s, it comes in this size. Our original push rods are this size, right? So there's about 1/4 of an inch difference there. And the biggest issue is that the longer push rods for the 84 are discontinued. No one makes them at all. So now our only option is to ask a Facebook group to see if anybody has an Iron Duke laying around from 84 with a push rod they don't need. One push rod. Because the person who owned this car before us got rid of one rocker arm, one bolt, one push rod, and just junked them. We have no clue where they're at, so we don't have any of those. And so we're missing one push rod for the entire thing. So none of it can go back together until we get that literal singular push rod from someone over. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it perfectly on camera. Over
That is so
that much of a difference. That's all the difference there is.